I find it crazy that this market is still sitting at a almost $5 trillion market cap, and some of these altcoins like XRP still have a valuation tied to almost like $27 billion in market cap. And we know that this market is extremely undervalued, specifically a lot of these utility projects, which we will obviously talk about in this video. But first, welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. As we look at this space, I do think that we have a little bit of time until we are in a utility-driven market. I think that as we do get closer to that, we really need to focus on the facts. And the facts are right now, as we really look at XRP, we know that this thing should be much higher in valuation. We know that as we look at some of these utility projects, they have so much substance behind them, and it almost feels like, it's all this great news and all of this, bullish, thought process going into XRP. But it's like, where's the price action? Like, what's going on with the price? Because this is pretty much the price that's going all the way back to 2022. I mean, it's just like a flat line. I mean, it's a nice little uptrend, but for the most part, it's like a flat sideways line. And, the facts are is we're still kind of tied to Bitcoin. We're still tied to hype. We're still, tied to speculation. And I think that even as you look at like the meme coins, they still have over $53 billion tied to them. So if we're really thinking about that and we're still looking at these meme coins and we're still looking at this market and we're like, well, why isn't XRP, going all the way to this price and that price if it has all this, awesome news behind it and all this, craziness behind it? Well, it's because we're still tied to meme coins. We're still tied to Bitcoin. Like hype and speculation really kind of roll the lands right now, and we're not yet in a utility-driven market. But why do I get very bullish on XRP? Well, it's because long-term, I'm expecting XRP to be extremely valuable. And the reason why, well, let's talk about it. So first and foremost, just recently we saw a big announcement from Ripple, and I said I absolutely love to see it. Archax is becoming an umbrella for RWA sector with names like Hedera and now Ripple. This gives me even more confidence behind XRP and HBAR and their success in the tokenization revolution. And over here, we have just announced at XRP Ledger Apex, Ripple and Archax are expanding their partnership to bring hundreds of millions of dollars in tokenized real-world assets to the XRP Ledger over the next year. This move solidifies the XRP Ledger as a leading blockchain for RWA tokenization. Archax partners with leading financial institutions to enable tokenization of RWAs. Thanks to this extended collaboration, these institutions will be able to utilize the XRP Ledger to tokenize their assets. Our industry is at the start of the next major adoption stage in which blockchain technology will deliver real utility in financial markets at scale. And this is very exciting, especially coming from Marcus Infinger. If we actually go back to what Ripple was putting out with Marcus, there's a lot of great video clips of him actually talking about how tokenization works, how it's transforming finance, for an example, in this video clip. But there's also a quote from him just recently, and I did include it in multiple videos where, here we have it, our meetings with TradFi around tokenization have become much more tangible. They now come to Ripple with real use cases teed up. At FT Crypto yesterday, I discussed why it won't be long before banks are ready for mass adoption of blockchain. And as we think about that, right, like things are brewing heavily behind the scenes, and tokenization is it's at the forefront. And I think as we do look at tokenization, and if we're looking at Ripple and even the XRP Ledger, this is perfectly set to dominate this space. And I love these announcements of like Archax, for an example, which is collaborating with Hedera and now also the XRP Ledger. Like, this is a big move. Now, also remember that if we go back in time a little bit, here we have from October 6th, this is from Subjective Views, we have Ripple, Medico, Archax, Hedera, and even Aberdeen. Connections upon connections. And remember, just recently, that Ripple announced with Hedera, Algorand, and a few other players, DREC, that's also a great collaboration. We could clearly see the winners now coming together to really build this future of finance together. Archax is a London-based digital securities exchange which facilitates the regulated trading of blockchain-based assets. As you can hear in the clip, head of market development noted that they are using Medico, Ripple's newly acquired company, now Ripple, it's all merged into one, for segregated security solutions, aka custody. Archax has 3 arms: a regulated exchange or multilateral trading facility, its tokenization engine for issuance, and a custody subsidiary based on technology from Medico. As for the tokenization engine, they have tokenized the money market fund for Aberdeen using Hedera. Aberdeen is the first major UK asset manager to issue a tokenized security. And now we also know that the XRP ledger is being tapped in as well with Hedera. If you want to dominate this cycle and absolutely crush it with profits, you need to go and check out the new course that I just dropped. And the best part is that it's completely free. That's right, it's completely free. There's going to be a link down in the description below. Go and get this course right now before the market goes absolutely parabolic.
Here you really see a deeper dive into what our institutional grade structure looks like. And this is really how we hold these multiple types of assets. So nominee trust structure for securities. And then in terms of security on the digital side, we have a security segregated solution delivered in partnership with Metaco and IBM. We've multi-sig process in place for withdrawals. We also have CAS permissions in place, and so for securities and cash, which is demonstrated here by the flow that you see in front of you. This is really an important differentiator for Archax. And as we face off against institutional players, what they really want to see is institutional grade regulated entities. Segregation of assets, how they're held and by whom they're held is absolutely paramount. It's a key differentiator for us, and that has to be across multiple assets, both traditional and digital.
Now, what's crazy about this image, right? Because we have like that client access, custody, insolvency, remote, and the infrastructure. Do you see IBM also being tapped in there? Remember that I do think that as we look at tokenization, we look at everything being created around tokenization, automation is also going to be a big thing with AI. I think that Casper could ultimately fit in there with IBM, maybe even Stellar as well. I know IBM has massive connections back to this entire industry, but this is a great insight on just the overall institutional infrastructure around tokenization. Now, also, check out this post here from XRP Drops. This is David Schwartz on the announcements at the XRP Ledger Apex 2024. See post below. What a great event. Ripple stablecoin named RLUSD or Ripple USD. XRP Ledger EVM sidechain via Axelar Bridge. Archax RWA tokenization on the XRP Ledger. XRP Ledger Japan and Korea Fund. Check it out.
Of giving a TLDR on all the stuff on the roadmap to come after this?
Well, so two of the announcements are kind of funny. So we announced the name of the Ripple stablecoin as Ripple USD. That's what probably most of you were calling it anyway, so not very surprising announcement. The ticker symbol, RLUSD. Congrats to the Twitter sleuths who figured that one out before the announcement too. That's by the way, Twitter sleuths are just absolutely amazing. You just cannot keep anything secret in the social media age. Then there was the announcement of the name of the XRP Ledger EVM sidechain, which is the XRP Ledger EVM sidechain. I wanted to call it Niobium. I thought that would be super cool, but they're like, no one will know what that is. I'm like, I want a super cool name, but they're like, no, you got to call it what it is. But I think that's important. I think some people have thought about it just as like, oh, we have that too, just trying to check a box. But I think that's going to become a valuable part of the ecosystem, with XRP as its native token and the Axelar Bridge. Let's see, the other announcement was Archax, which is going to bring probably, at least $100 million in tokenized real-world assets to the XRP ledgers, enterprise-grade tokenized securities, which are, there's another one of those enablers for enterprise DeFi, with being able to use them as collateral and rehypothecate and those kinds of things. That's what builds DeFi ecosystems. And the last one was the geographic focus with grants in Japan and Korea, which are areas where there's just been an enormous amount of XRP ledger development. I'm not really sure why. It's kind of a little surprising to me, but I guess those areas have just been major areas of innovation, and we have sometimes not paid as much attention to them as we should have. And so we're going to fix that.
So very substantial announcements there. And also, going back to the stablecoin, the EVM sidechain, and even the RWA tokenization, efforts, even the fund in Japan and Korea, a lot of the major developments happening around those areas is also focused on tokenization and institutional DeFi initiatives. This all leads me back to a few videos. Number one, right? Let's look at what the Archax CEO mentioned around the Ripple deal with Archax everything we are doing is available on the XRP ledger. It even uses Ripple's custody solution, and tokenization of RWAs is going to be substantial, building upon, custody, and even, technically the XRP ledger gets tapped in heavily around transactional flow with tokenized things of value. But check this out.
Everything we're doing is available on XRPL. So every security that's already available through us. So we've already tokenized UK equities, UK gilts. Aberdeen own us. We've tokenized their money market funds, and BlackRock as well. They're all available on our platform now. And more specifically to the community, hopefully it means we're kind of more of a useful partner. So we already have XRP trading on our venue, so people can trade that in its simplest form. But if people want to create tokens on XRPL, they can do it with us. If they want to create securities, they can do it with us. If they want to custody them, we use Ripple Custody, formerly Metaco, which is now all embedded within our system. So hopefully those that are looking to really work on the digital security space can partner with us and have everything we're doing is.
So everything involves the XRP ledger as well. This is where you start to see the big winners in the tokenization revolution really being tapped in. XRP ledger, Hedera, like these two, in my opinion, as we really look at tokenization of everything heating up, these two have to be brought up in conversation. Now, beyond that, we also have XRP HBAR. Archax Exchange chose the XRP ledger and Hedera as part of their tokenization engine to bring real-world assets on-chain. Two of the best enterprise-grade DLT solutions in the industry.
I know all you guys want to hear about is this new collaboration between Archax and Ripple. So let's get into the heart of that. What does it mean more broadly? And also, what does it mean specifically for all the XRPL users and developers here in the room? Why should everyone care? What do you expect to see in terms of types of assets and issuers on XRPL 12 months from now?
Yes, part of the challenge that we've had is that working with the traditional players is a challenge. So we've kind of gone down the route of build everything yourself. So we've got the custodian and the exchange, and the bit that was really obviously missing for us was the tokenization bit. Now, there's quite a few tokenization platforms out there, and we gladly work with all of them. But as they all charge per issuance, and I'm doing things like tokenizing the S&P 500, it costs you a fortune if you work with third parties. So we decided to build our own tokenization engine, and within that we built the functionality we think is needed for securities. And we've known the Ripple XRPL team for some time now, and we've always kind of liked the technology as well. So we've decided to implement it into our tokenization engine. So what that means in terms of a product is everything we're doing is available on XRPL. So every security that's already available through us. So we've already tokenized UK equities, UK gilts. Aberdeen own us. We've tokenized their money market funds, and BlackRock as well. They're all available on our platform now. And more specifically to the community, hopefully it means we're kind of more of a useful partner. So we already have XRP trading on our venue, so people can trade that in its simplest form. But if people want to create tokens on XRPL, they can do it with us. If they want to create securities, they can do it with us. If they want to custody them, we use Ripple Custody, formerly Metaco, which is now all embedded within our system. So hopefully those that are looking to really work on the digital security space can partner with us and have easier access to RWA.
And also integrating some of the assets that will be issued on the XRPL in the infrastructure and the ecosystem of the XRP ledger, obviously.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, anyone that's building on it can gladly work with us. I mean, we literally have the custodian, the exchange. We can admit these things for trading, whether they're crypto or securities. We've got our license in the UK. We're applying for another one in Europe at the moment. We're able to distribute into a number of countries. We're a qualified custodian in the US. So anyone working on securities who's looking for a regulated partner, hopefully we can help out there.
Awesome.
So again, we clearly see the technology being brought up in conversation about how disruptive and how efficient the technology is. And, if we think about Archax and their plans, right? They have very ambitious plans. Go back to just recently where they predicted 30 to 50 trillion all trading on the XRP ledger by 2025. Shout out to Good Morning Crypto for this. Just in, Ripple to complete asset tokenization with Archax. Archax helped launch BlackRock's tokenized money market fund on Hedera in 2024. Here's a video of their CEO predicting 30 to 50 trillion, all trading on the XRPL by 2025. I think it was Q4. Will we see trillions trading on the XRP ledger in the next 2 years? Check it out.
30 to 50 trillion, all on XRPL, all trading on Archax.
Here we go.
Find my original projections, but the total market is 1.4 quadrillion, everything that's ever out there. And if you start looking across any of those asset classes, they're all starting to move on chain already. And the ease with which we've seen people interested in the money market fund, tokenized treasuries, and those types of instruments, the support for stablecoins, when you're talking about replacing cash, when I see DTCC, Euroclear, Clearstream, you know, it only takes one of them to flip onto natively digital, and that's trillions of assets on its own that move. So, you know, tens of trillions, I think we could see. And bearing in mind it's 1.4 quadrillion, this is still a tiny slice of a huge market. You know, 30 to 50 trillion, all on XRPL, all trading on Archax.
Here we go. $50 trillion. 2 years from now, Ripple, Twitter will replay the session.
Now remember who this guy is as well that is talking at the end. Guys, this is Marcus Inventor, SVP of Ripple X at Ripple, laughing about it, talking about it, discussing it. Like, this is wild to me. What do you guys think? Do you think 30 to 50 trillion on the XRP ledger by 2025? In my opinion, I think that it's a little bit too ambitious, but we never know, right? Like, one player going live, it could be trillions. We don't know, right? All it takes is one. So if you guys did enjoy the video, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.